Welcome back to the Arise Exchange. Now, the president of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Embalo, was one of the 5 African leaders in attendance with President Trump on Wednesday in Washington for a business meeting. Now, following the White House event, the Guinea-Bissau president was hosted by the Washington-based Atlantic Council to discuss the U.S.-Africa relations in the areas of trade, security, and more. Let's take a listen.
President Umaro Sisoko Embalo.
Our mind, and then we change our dignity. And it's why when they are coming to US, it's like when I am in Namibia, it's the same for me. I'm feeling the same when I am in Senegal. Of course, it's different because in Senegal, I'm come to see my brother, not friend. When I'm going to Namibia, I'm going to see another brothers. But Trump received us very kindly, and then he's respecting us. Yesterday, we spent quality time with him. We talk about Africa. And then President Trump, one thing I appreciate a lot from him is know what you want. You know what you want. He say, what I give you, what you give me. It's the win-win partnership. This for me is important.
Yeah. So, President, many observers in Washington, D.C. were surprised by this summit. How did this happen? People say that you met at the Vatican and you brought up that idea of having these 5 presidents at the White House yesterday.
Well, I met President Trump in Paris, not in Vatican. Oh. I was in my state visit in Paris last year in December. And he was there also on the Cathedral of Paris. Of course, we talk about Africa. I'm saying, it's not the first time he was inviting me when I was Prime Minister to visit him. I was here in my capacity of Prime Minister of Guinea-Bissau. But we change about Africa, of course. Yeah. Tell him, some people ask us what Africa doing with behind of China. I'm saying we're not behind China. China, we are together. The China. They're asking us, do we need water? Take water. No. But here, when do we say the water? Sometime I am here, I'm already in the power 5 years. Right. And when we are talking about project with US and our friend from Western people, the delay is too long. And the Chinese, one thing you are calling today, tomorrow they're already there and you're going to say we're here. How are we going to leave the Chinese?
I see. Your country, Guinea-Bissau, is not, correct me if I'm wrong, targeted by the travel ban or the tariff increase, right? What does it mean? You have a special relationship with President Trump? Or?
No, because, in 2023, we was sanction US. I took degree to sanction US because they were sanctioning us about the wrong issue.
You retaliated?
Of course. Not retaliated. We saying they sanction us, we're going to sanction them. But after that, the former president sent the special envoy to Guinea-Bissau. We resolved this crisis because it was the mistake. They say it was the mistake. And then we continue to be good friends because Linda Thompson, who was the Undersecretary of State of African issue, he was in the UN ambassadors. He come to Guinea-Bissau. They apologize to say this is the mistake. We say, okay, we can continue to have good relationship.
So it was a reset and you have been able to reconnect?
Absolutely. We reconnect. And then with President Trump, I think we are following the same level of the relation with Guinea-Bissau. But this issue to say Guinea-Bissau, they don't tax, we don't have a lot of commercial trade issue with the US. I think is that.
Okay. What about these 5 countries? How have they been selected? Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, of course, Liberia, Mauritania.
We are the neighbors also. Once you are crossing the Atlantic Ocean, you are already in Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, and Mauritania.
So it's because you are all coastal countries. Exactly. That's what you have in common. About the tariff, I plan to ask you a question about how the tariff increase would hit economically the African countries. But at the White House, in the press conference yesterday, I was surprised of Donald Trump's answer to a journalist question. The journalist question was, do you expect any of the countries here to face tariffs as well? And President Trump answered, I hadn't thought of it, but maybe, I don't think so. These are friends of mine now. So should we understand there is a tariff exemption now for Africans?
Well, this is a good question. I believe the President Trump know what he wants and what to do. Today in Africa, I think most the countries, we have more relation, the trade relation, commercial relation with China, not with the US. Is why it don't gonna have impact like in Europe or in Asia. Because if you see, example, in West Africa, a lot of country, they brought a lot of things from China, not from here. Then why they don't gonna be necessarily to impose this kind of tax to us.